So hello all. In this video, we're going to take a look at UDP socket programming using Java. So it's pretty much the same as TCP socket programming, just that we're using the UDP functionality. So UDP is, as we know, it is connection-less protocol, unlike TCP, which is connection-oriented protocol. So we have to take care of a few more things than TCP. It's pretty much the principle is pretty much the same, but the way it's implemented is a little bit different from that of a TCP socket programming. So let's take a look into the code, and in this program we're going to do is the client will be sending the server a random sentence which has got a mix of uppercase and lowercase characters, and the server will convert all the words, all the letters in the sentence to uppercase and sends it back to the client, and the client will display it. So this is all is going to happen. And now we'll go in flow instead of going taking a look at the server code separately and taking a look at the client code separately. So yes, so in anything we have to create a socket. So we create a socket we create a datagram socket here, and we assign the socket to port number 9876, and then we create this is just to send and receive data in array. It's the data type, and here we then receive the sent packet from the client. So now let's go and take a look at how we are sending the data to the client. So now we are looking into the client code right now. So here what we do is, first, in anything we have to create a socket object, so which we did it over here. Very good, well and good. And now we need to create an input, a buffered reader, or an object of a subclass of the input stream, which is used to read data. And so we create a buffered reader, and then we create a socket, as I said before, and then we just assign the IP address, because if we need to send a packet, we need a destination. So we need this IP address is nothing but destinations. So in our case, it's going to be just localhost. And here we get the input and store it in this sentence object, and then we assign this thing as bytes in an array of bytes into sent data. And now we pack this sent data object, we pack our data that is being sent into a datagram packet. So how we do it, we create a datagram object, and then we typecast this one, and then we give the necessary information, for example the data that needs to be sent, the length of the data that needs to be sent, and then the IP address and the port at which it should be connected. As we saw earlier in our server code, 9876 is the port in which the server is listening for this particular code, for this particular service. And then we use the socket object, and then we send this packet. And now what happens, let's go and take a look at the server code. Here the server receives the packet, it listens through this, receives the datagram, and then we use the server socket object to extract the data that we need, and then we store it in this thing. And then we print it, just for our visual reference, we just print it over here, and then we get the IP address from the source IP address, from where it got. So this one we send this, we get it, and then we get the port number with which it should be sent, and then we capitalize all the contents of this particular object, and then we send data using the same the datagram packet that we created. And we send the data, again the length, the IP address that needs to be sent over to which system it should be sent, and the port. And then we use server socket, and then we send the datagram packet. And in our client code, here we receive the datagram packet, same principle, not much of a deal. And then we receive it, we store it with us, and then we get the thing, we get the data, and then we store it as a string again in a string object, and then we display it. So that's about what is going on. So I hope the code is clear. So let's take a look at how it is. So now it has created the socket and it's listening. No, stop please. So yeah, now let's enter the random string that we're going to enter. So when you press enter, now what it does, when you press enter, it will use that read line thing. Read line is basically used to get, you know, a long sentence or a paragraph or something. You know, it just takes it one by one, then it sends it back to this thing. So this one is done, and when you press enter, it you know, takes the destination IP, the destination port, and this data and its length, and puts it in a datagram packet, and then it sends it to the server. And what happens in the server? If the server receives the datagram packet, from there it receives the packet that we need, and then from there it gets the other details like the data, the actual data that is being sent, and other details like from where we got this particular packet from and from which port and all those things. And then we process the data, and then we again create a new datagram packet, and then we put the processed data into the datagram packet with the obtained details from the received datagram packet, and then we send it back to the client. So this is the random string that we are going to enter, random sentence that we're going to enter, and then when we press enter, you can see it has received, you know, the text whichever it is received. And here, if you could see, we have written clearly as from server, and everything is capitalized. So hope it was informative. Thank you.